Welcome back. This is Daybreak Interactive, the interactive segment of Daybreak, where you, our dear viewers, get to comment, share questions, and of course contribute to discussions and developments, especially as it affects you. Now, this question has always been on my mind. While we generally have a feel, of the situation, perhaps the question is one that quite a lot of people, have not had cause to actually settle down and ask themselves. And this question is, do you feel safe in Nigeria? Whenever you see a Nigerian police officer or an individual adorning the Nigerian police uniform, do you have a sense of safety? Well, this is going to be the focus of our conversation today as we talk about policing in Nigeria and the question of whether the Nigerian police force has had enough in terms of deployment and manpower to cover the nooks and crannies of Nigeria to provide that much needed security and sense of security that millions upon millions of Nigerians need, which means that Nigeria currently, with over 200 million people, faces complex security challenges ranging from insurgency and banditry to kidnapping and cybercrime. Now, the Nigerian police force tasked with maintaining law and order also faces significant pressures to effectively respond to this threat. However, the consequences persist regarding the adequacy of policing in Nigeria. The phone lines are open for you to call in with those questions, those comments, those concerns, and also those contributions concerning whether the Nigerian police is doing enough to police or even to protect Nigerians. I think we have a caller now. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from? All right, unfortunately, we've lost that call. But then again, talking about police in Nigeria, just recently, Governor Diko Rada of Katsina State, of course, alluded to the fact during an interview that it's around 39 or so police officers are present in a local government with around 10 wards and over 100 or even 200 villages. But now, here's a snippet of that video and then we can continue the conversation.
Yanzu na gaya maka a cikin garin Katsina State akwai local government ɗin da take da ɗan sanda 32, sannan kuma bindigar su guda 9 ce, sannan mai kyau wadda ake ce serviceable guda 5 ce. Yanzu don girman Allah local government ɗin da ke da ward 10 da ƙauyuka sun kusa 200 ko 300, ya za a yi ɗan sanda 32 ya tsare su?
Well, 32 police officers, 9 guns, 5 of which are serviceable. What do you make of this development? We have our first caller now. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Shetima Yakudima, calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. Welcome to the program. First of all, an unfortunate situation that we've seen going on in Maiduguri, and I do hope that you're in a safe space.
Alhamdulillah, Mr. Zagir, my house was not far from the river, but Alhamdulillah, God have protected me. The water did not emerge in my house.
Thankfully, and of course, we are sending our prayers and our thoughts to those who were impacted and affected by this terrible incident. So, Tima, go ahead with your contributions.
So, you are talking about the policing of Nigeria by Nigerian police?
Yes, indeed.
Honestly speaking, we have no confidence on Nigerian police. If you look at, and it's not their fault, if you look at the way of their recruiting and the way of their training, that's what created all these problems. They are spiritual officers. They are showing them that they are the only human being. They on their training they just protect themselves. They are not protecting Nigerians, and it is become a business. Policeman, if you wear uniform, is for him to he considers a license for him to enrich himself, to do whatever he wants to do, and they are not checkmating their activities. Their conduct of work was not strictly respected. And you see now, I don't think if there is out of Nigerians, I don't think if there is if you take statistics, 80% of Nigerians, they don't have confidence on their policemen.
Well, let's leave that to statistics.
The first person that will harass you. as a citizen. They don't have respect for a citizen. That is the sincere speaking. And their mode of recruitment, there is a lot of shortcomings and lapses.
Indeed.
Because policeman will pay money before he will be recruited into the police work. This is the reality. This is what is happening. Because I have once witnessed somebody who told me that he paid money cash before they have give him that appointment as a police officer.
Indeed.
So we are calling government to checkmate all these shortcomings.
Surely. Thank you so much, Shatima, for those apt contributions on the development.
You are welcome, Mr. Sagir.
Indeed, as it relates.
Have a nice day.
You too, Shatima. So, much ado about the Nigerian police force and its responsibility of protecting the guaranteed rights of citizens, as enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria. Well, Shatima says 80%, if we do a quick survey of Nigerians, do not have confidence in the Nigerian police. But let's say maybe it's a lot of Nigerians, but not 80%. But let's hear from this caller now. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Sagir. I'm Yusuf Suleiman Goro. I'm calling from Asian city of Kano State.
Pleasure, Yusuf, calling from the Asian city of Kano. Let's hear your thoughts.
Yes, if I understand the topic of today, the adequate security agencies deploy in our community environment,
particularly
and whatever
the
area
police.
we live. But the police, that is when we talk of civil security,
yes,
we talk of police, then maybe the civil defense. I understand you. But in my own view, we should critically examine what the government did to those people first before we complain on their active service. For goodness sake, look at this police. To me, Nigerian police are the best police I've ever seen in the world. Why I say so? Look at their welfare. Look at the equipment they are using for operation. Even in terms of investigation, go and check what these people are doing to investigate. Please, if you can be opportune to go to your state police headquarters, do that. Let them display to you what the federal government and even the effort that various state government are doing to help them in terms of rendering their services to the masses. It's almost 0.0. But these people are putting their own best. If you see them allow things to happen, they do it intentionally. But once Nigerian police want to get on your neck, they will do that. So now look at the governor. I saw the governor saying that there is a particular local government with 10 wards and just have 30 policemen deployed in that police state, in that local government. Whose fault?
Exactly.
Is it the police fault or the government fault?
Is it,
now
Yusuf,
look at Kano here.
Go on, Yusuf. Go on.
Okay. We here in Kano State, we are eyewitness. We witness what the federal government did when they wanted to block the lawful bringing back to our area that were unjustly removed before. We saw how many security forces they deploy in this state. We have seen the policemen, the MOPOL, the DSS, the Nigerian Army Special Forces, the Air Force Special Forces. We know the number of armed agencies that they deploy in Kano. We were surprising that. So Nigeria can mobilize such a security agency within this in less than 48 hours. Why allowing what is happening to Nigerian masses is happening to them? In terms of security, look at the bandits. They are taking their day in every community in the northwestern part of this country. But look at within 48 hours, my brother, if you see how the security forces come and full metropolitan of Kano State, we were surprising. Where are all the security
Yusuf,
forces?
You feel that some of the inbred problems within the policing system and within the Nigerian police force has a lot to do with political will more than the will of the police officers to do their jobs?
No, honestly, you cannot divorce their own part of lapses.
Of course, but
you can't
but a large extent and a large chunk of these problems, I feel, would rely on the ability of the police to do their job within the limits of the resources that's available to them.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Yusuf, for this call.
Me and you do that. Please give me the last chance, please.
Indeed.
Let me say this. Please, we should look at their security, their welfare, their salary, their allowances.
Yes, indeed.
This federal government we have in Nigeria now promise a minimum wage of 70,000 naira at the last 2 months. Even the labor connive with the federal government. How can you go to negotiating table and withdraw your own action without any tangible agreement with those people that you know their behavior? This is not the first time the labor negotiate with the federal government. I think this is the 3rd month. If this Nigerian security agency, I'm talking of army, DSS, immigration, civil defense, police, all of them, they are still waiting for this minimum wage to commence so that they can at least meet up with their daily basic need in their life. I have never seen any country in this world that look at their security agencies, especially army and police, that you tie their minimum wage with the civil institution. I have never seen. This is the first country I have ever witnessed. If there is anything, I have no idea about it. So I'm urging the federal government, if they are serious at all, please, they should exempt this army, armed forces and police, especially. They should go into their own. They should remove their salary from any minimum wage. Let them give them triple. We know. My brother, you can testify, I can testify. Nigerian armed forces, they are doing well. I have seen that. They are doing well. It's just the political will from the leaders. You and I know that. If they are ready to serve their interests, we all witness how they go after their interest and serve it. Thank you very much. Let me rest my case.
Thank you so much, Yusuf, for that call and for the elaborate explanation as to some of the challenges that Nigerian police officers face and how we have seen in situations where literally it looks like magic when we see the Nigerian police operate so swiftly, and especially because it's usually a directive that came from the top. Yusuf has spoken so extensively about how the challenges, especially around finance, especially around manpower, has prevented the police from fulfilling their mandate as much as they can. And this is so important. In fact, at some points, I was almost tempted at asking Yusuf whether he was a police officer or he is a police officer or probably has a family member who is a police officer. But then thank you so much, Yusuf, for the call and bringing to fore a lot of these challenges that police officers face personally, which of course they cannot come to the media to voice out. But now we have another caller. Good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello. Good morning. My name is Tony. I'm calling from Benue State.
Mr. Tony, welcome to the program once again. What's your take on the development?
Thank you so much, my brother. Well, in our country that we are living in, everybody knows that things is not normal. And I will give you an instance. If not last year, last 2 years, there was a robbery in banks in Otukpo. Those robbers spent not less than 2 hours, 30 minutes in Otukpo, overwhelming the security people, and then did what they want to do and get away. Not only that, there is some places within our local government that you cannot, that the road is unpassable because of all these kidnappers. If I tell you police they are adequate, it means that I'm telling you lie. Things is not normal. Things is not normal. And the thing that I've reached to the stage that I think everybody's supposed to put hands together, not leaving police alone. Because the situation now, police alone cannot do it. It needs collaborate for us to collaborate together and see way forward. It has written to the stage of having stakeholder meeting, thinking on what to do to salvage people. This is not normal. It's not normal, my brother. There is some roads within the Tupu local government, Ado local government, Oji local government, that when you are passing, when you are traveling on traffic on it, when you reach, you thank your God.
Indeed.
It's like no-go area. And it's within this our locality.
Indeed.
Thank you and good morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Tony, for talking about the problems and some of the challenges that Nigerians continue to face as a result of, not having adequate policing and, of course, adequate officers and boots on ground in order to guarantee safety of Nigerian citizens. But then again, let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges that Nigerian police officers continue to face. According to a quota that has been provided, of course, by the United Nations, it says that one police officer is supposed to be adequate to cover 460 civilians. Now, in a situation where the Nigerian police has a total workforce or manpower of 370,000 police officers, as opposed to 200 million Nigerians, I believe this paints a picture as to the kind of overwhelming challenge that the Nigerian police has to deal with on a daily basis, policing a country that Tony earlier mentioned is where some sort of abnormalities happen. I think this brings to question and brings to fore some of the challenges that the Nigerian police faces. But let's take this caller, of course. Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Yusuf from Kogi State.
Mr. Yusuf, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kogi State.
All right, Mr. Yusuf, please go ahead with your contributions.
Yes, I just want Nigerians to know that they want the Nigerian police to behave like the American police. But what is amazing is that we, the Nigerian citizens, are not behaving like American citizens. You will see where people come together just when a policeman wants to make arrest or try to, you see the citizens will kick against him, even if he's doing the right thing. So it's unfortunate. We want them to behave the way the American, but we are not behaving like that. I want Nigerians to know that the Nigerian police are products of our own citizens. So it is imbibed in us. It is our own behavior and our pattern. We are seriously a product of ourselves. Then,
thank you so much, Tanko, for mentioning that very vital point.
Yes, sir. Secondly, the welfare police is very poor. Very, very poor. You don't expect to go to a police station, see dilapidated vehicles, dilapidated equipment. How do you expect them to behave? How do you expect them to manage the system? Sometimes these policemen use their own money to run the police activities. It's very unfortunate. Go and see what our senators, our big men are doing. How many policemen attached to them? Well dressed, with one person is going with about a convoy of 20 policemen, while the other citizens are just left to cater for themselves. It's unfortunate. Thank you. That's my take, sir.
Thank you so much, Tanko, for bringing that to the fore as well. Talking about the seeming double standards in the minds of Nigerians. Don't you think it's a double standard to expect the Nigerian police to act like the American police, as Tanko has mentioned, but then you are a Nigerian and then you're behaving like a Nigerian? The Nigerian police are from us. They are our kith, kin, flesh and blood. We would not expect the Nigerian police force to hire people from outside Nigeria to come and police Nigerians. No, it is us. And because we're a product of our own systems and our own society and our own beliefs, it means that we will not expect our police officers to do differently from us. That is where value reorientation comes in, of course. But let's take this caller. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Ade, I'm calling from London.
Good morning, Mr. Ade. It's been a while indeed. I'm doing very well, and I hope London is fine this morning.
Yeah, it's fine. It's very cold today.
Mr. Ade, I hope you have been reaching out to family and you've been hearing about the situation of the flooding going on in different parts of Nigeria. All right, Mr. Ade. Go ahead with your contributions.
When you talk about Nigerian police, I know that people speak from whichever angles. In every organization, you have bad eggs. Even in UK, there are some policemen here recently for raping. So, but what I can see in Nigeria is that not only police, civil defense, other parastatals and like that, they should encourage them with good salary. and not only salary, but some benefits like health. So that when they are working, they will know that at the end of the day, something will come for them. And by the time they retire, their children will not suffer. A recruit police in London will start with £33,000 per annum. So when he gets that money, and some apart from allowances, he or she will know that he will do the job with all his heart. You understand? But in Nigeria, they are poorly paid. They are very, our Nigerian policemen are good. Though we are, like I said, we have bad works among them, but they're very good, very professional. But they should encourage them with good salary policies. So government should concentrate on that. And secondly, the federal government should start the state police as quickly because of what is going on now in every state in Nigeria, especially in the north, like the Katsina governor said. Let them have their own state police. Amoteco help us in our state, in Ondo State. You can see how effective Amoteco was when the former governor was alive. So they should encourage state police. So I'll pay them very good money. If not for the private citizens like Daybreak and others, police will have collapsed by now. But so government should concentrate on that. That's my own advice because we can't do without our police. If police off the street, we are not safe. So, but my advice is to encourage them and give them good salary. And police, some people working hard, they deserve good wages. You understand? When you know you are going to get good money, that will motivate you. You know, as we are put now, but I don't think they have started even in private companies. They have not started paying it. So these things are very important because people are hungry. You know, you get calls, you get messages every day. I know how much I sell every week. So, not only to my family, to people who I don't know. You understand? So, let government do some crisis. Look at the new state now. There are the full crisis. So, government should do something about it. I'm advising the federal government to change the Minister of Agriculture. Put somebody who understands it better. Because that is, food is security. Like I normally say, food is cheap per year. Very cheap. You can afford it. Anybody can afford it. And those who can afford it, give them free. We have organizations that do that. But I know that one day, like I normally say, Nigeria will be better than America and London.
Indeed.
God will bless Nigeria.
God will bless Nigeria indeed. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade, calling all the way from London with your take on the developments, especially around the Nigerian police and police in Nigeria. Thank you so much once again. Yes, and so the conversation continues about policing in Nigeria, and of course the welfare of Nigerian police officers, because this is very, very important. Nigerian police officers, just like you and myself, have a family and have people who they provide for. The Guardian did a report about how policing and the welfare of police officers might be affecting, the outcome and of course the responsibility of the police in carrying out its duties. And in that report, it mentioned that a corporal earns about 51,000 naira and it continues upwards until the Inspector General of Police, who earns around 700,000 or thereabout. Now, this in mind, do you think that the remuneration of Nigerian police officers is enough to cater for a lot of the challenges that they have? Yes, they are entitled to housing allowances. Yes, they are entitled to accommodation across different police barracks in Nigeria. But when was the last time you visited a police barracks to see the state of the barracks and the state's families of police officers are in those barracks? Perhaps this question gives us a wider understanding of the situations that Nigerian police officers continue to contend with, especially those who are of lower ranks and those who we expect the most to perform those police services that we so expect. But let's hear from this caller as well. Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay. Good morning. My name is Ali Said.
Hello, Ali. Good morning. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Apapa.
Apapa in Lagos.
Apapa Marine Beach. Apapa Marine Beach.
Okay, I didn't get that, but please, can you tell us what state you're calling from? Is it Lagos?
Yes, in Lagos.
All right, then. Go ahead.
Okay. We have a lot of problems in Nigeria. It is, it's going to be very difficult for Nigerian police to actually do their job effectively.
Hello,
Right
Ali,
now,
I seem not to be able to make out what you're saying. Can you hear me?
Okay, right now, it's going to be very difficult for Nigerian police to be effective in Nigeria. Because if you go to places like Ojuelegba, you go to places like the Lagos market, you only find policemen, even the militaries, like the soldiers. People running Okada, carrying passengers, because their welfare is just not okay. You understand? Go to Tinkan and go and see what soldiers are doing. Students, go to Tinkan in Lagos. You only see soldiers helping people to deliver vehicles. You understand? They are hungry. And this topic matters at all. They're not helping matters. Go to Marine Beach bus stop, you see soldiers carrying passengers. And how do you expect them to work effectively? How?
When their welfare is poor.
Uniforms. Yes, their uniforms. They buy their uniforms. Their boots, they buy their boots. Their students are, how do you expect them to give you the best in Nigeria? How?
So how do they live a good life when they are expected to kit themselves? I mean, in terms of their uniforms, shoes, boots, and all of those items that they would need.
That's the problem. If you go, they tell you bail is free. You start negotiating bail, like 100,000, 500,000 for bail. And how do you expect them to, when they run their generator, vehicles are dead, and you expect them to come, you report, and you want them to go and effect arrest? How? As I speak to you right now, in front of my house, somebody died. This man has been sitting for like 2 weeks. He has been very sick. He died last night. As I speak, he's still in front of my house. If you go to the police to report now, you're going to write his biography, how he died, who gave birth to him, where he comes from. If you're not carefully giving information, you'll be detained.
So you become suspect
This is the
number
kind of
one.
country. Yes, you become suspect overnight. You become suspect. So, I don't understand. We're just living in zoo. This country is not friendly at all right now. Soldiers are not doing. Look, me myself personally, I'm a civilian. I've gone to the police station. We have one of the best. In fact, the military, the soldiers, the Air Force, the Navy. I know we have almost the best in the whole world. But how do you expect them to give you the best? How do you expect them to give you the best when they are hungry? They are hungry. You see, not any soldier man, policeman, they will never tell you anything.
Thank you so much,
they will
Ali,
never tell you anything positive.
for all of that. Thank you so much.
So
Ali,
we should.
Go on. Unfortunately, I really wanted Ali to finish his contributions there, but Ali spoke so much about the welfare of Nigerian police officers, speaking about soldiers, speaking of passengers, by the express, just in order to make a few amounts of money, probably to cover the cost of fuel. But this sort of paints the picture that Nigerian security personnel, of course, are contending with. Why do Nigerian police officers go outside Nigeria on official assignments and perform so well, passing with flying colors, commendations, and awards? But the moment we're back to Nigeria, it's same old. Is it because of the system, or is there something in the air? Well, these questions are questions that should brood in your mind, of course, as we take some messages that were sent to us via WhatsApp. It says, "Good morning, presenter. The police are doing much of what they can, but in the area of welfare, there's not so much to talk about it." Well, this is one of the messages from one of those who sent a comment on WhatsApp to Trust Television. He sent this message from Gombe. He says he suggests that their welfare should come directly from the Consolidated Revenue Fund Ayuba sent his message, like I said, from Gombe. And now we have another caller on the program to contribute to the discussion. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sandy Madam, from Benin State, Makadi.
Hello, good morning. I might need you to speak up as I really cannot make out what you're saying. Okay, do call us back again.
My name is Sunday Madam, calling from Benin State, Makadi.
All right, Sunday from Makudi, Benue State. Welcome to the program. What's your contribution?
My contribution is about the way federal government are treating these people. I see somehow sad.
Hello?
And the business opposite police station. So these police people always come around, give me 200 naira, give me 300 naira for food money, breakfast. I was like, this is federal government, so it's not the local government. So why are they always taxing me about money? It's not even money. 200, 300 naira. And which look of it, if I do their chicken, they can even feed me. And if I as a policeman, federal worker, I see the rank of inspector, begging me to do 200, 300 naira all the time. I think it's coming like, I really like CCT to go to all the time. So that is it. The government should look after their salary structure.
All right, then. Thank you so much for the call, calling all the way from Makudi, Benue State with his contributions there. Well, the situation currently remains that insecurity persists in many parts of Nigeria. Talk about Zamfara, talk about Katsina, talk about Sokoto, talk about what's going on in terms of ISWAP and Boko Haram attacks, across or around the Chad Basin. These developments are some of what a lot of people would say should be the responsibility of the Nigerian police and of course the secret police charged with the responsibility of internal security to carry out. But has the Nigerian police been enough in terms of workforce and personnel to cater for all of the sundry and criminal activities that has been going on in the country? Talk more about stepping it up to insecurity. Like the Katsina State Governor said, in a local government, 32 police officers, 9 guns, 5 of which is serviceable. He alluded to the fact that this may be the situation or the realities in many other local governments in Nigeria, bringing to the fore the systemic issues in relations to lack of personnel that is bedeviling the Nigerian police force, and also talking about allocation in terms of resources. Well, as early as 2021, the budget for the Nigerian police force was roughly around 400 billion. Now, that figure has long increased in 2024 to double, if not more than double that amount, to around 969 billion. The question, has this in one way or another ramped up the amount or the number of recruitment into the Nigerian police force over the course of the last 3 years? This I leave in your minds to ponder upon, but we have another caller now. Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, moderator, Mr. Okoy. I'm calling from Cross River State.
Mr. Okon from Cross River, welcome to the program. What's your take on this development?
Yes. Okay, I want to contribute on how adequate are the policemen in your area and their condition of services and otherwise. And see, to be frank, Nigerian police is a very, very good organization. And
Mr. Okon, can you please do me a favor by turning down the volume of your TV set? It's interfering with the conversation.
Okay, let me do that. So, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Now, what I want my concern goes on, one, the welfare of Nigerian police. Like we who are very close to them, we have known much about their welfare. Their welfare is completely too poor. Two, government has failed to provide them with necessary equipment to do their job. If you go closer, you will discover that So many police stations, they don't have vehicles, operation, lack of manpower, not a lot. So the question is, why is the federal government neglecting the Nigerian police? Sometimes I wonder, and I want to ask this question. Does the federal government make provisions for this, and the police authorities fail to utilize what the amount they gave them to take care of those problems? That is the answer that we are looking for. If not, the men in the Nigerian police are ready to work, but the government has failed woefully. This is not a secret this time, it's very open. For instance, they are talking of their contributory pension. Other organizations, SSS, Army, all those ones have been removed. Their own, up till now, nobody want to remove them. All those things demoralize.
Mr. Okon, can you hear me? Unfortunately, we've lost Mr. Okon. I do hope that he would call back, but we'll go on a quick break now. And when we return, the program continues. Do stay with us.